Hello, Dooffiend here, coming to you from the partially loaded OV-10A mod. This is the new version, the 1.24. I've just upgraded from the 1.0, and I'm going to be examining a few things that are new. We're going to arm up here with the Mark IV gun pod, which, to be honest, I know nothing about other than it's a big gun. Yeah, so we'll take a look at that. Go to the wingtip. So this thing carries the B and P model sidewinders, but we're using the Zuni rockets out on the wings because that's what's new. And of course, this is the only right color for this particular aircraft.
Copy.
Yeah. So I will stumble my way through a cold start real quick, and we will go test this out. One of the things I want to illustrate is just how accessible this free mod is. This is a really good mod in my opinion, and it is something that new pilots, experienced pilots, anybody who hasn't done this sort of thing before is going to take to this pretty easily, I believe. Just a fantastic module. I think it's just a few things away from going professional. There are probably some barriers to that, and I will discuss that here in this video. But what it does really well. I just don't think that it fits into the meta of the F-18, the Mirage 2000. You know, it's not one of those. And by comparison, this slow, low-flying OV-10 doesn't compare so well to these other ones. But I am not a big fan of those airplanes. I like this one. I like my light strike aircraft, like my trainers. I'm even drawing an affinity for the F5 and the MiG-21 here. But this does some very special things that most aircraft don't do. So I'm going to go through the cockpit here. We're just exploring it. Those lights, those work. Nothing on that panel works, which I think is just air conditioning. That's the fuel panel. Nothing works there. Let's see. There's a radio. The buttons are interactive, but I don't think that it's necessarily functional just yet. I can't tune the knobs. I think that will be coming in the future because it looks like it's all programmed in. It just needs to be completed. Those guys don't work, which I think is just a neutralizing for the trim. This whole panel does work. It's got trim options. A lot of the control surfaces there. That radio doesn't work. Nothing works on that radio yet. The flap lever is bugged. I can only get it to go down in the cockpit. I'm using VR here, so it's not like I can just reach up and hit the F key. It does work on my HOTAS. It's bound to the HOTAS. That works. That gear lever works. That cage, none of these cage or adjustment knobs seem to work, which is fine. Will work one day, I'm sure. Let's see. Now heads the Tacan, which does work. It worked in the 1.0 really well. I will have a future video on Tacan navigation and a lot of modules. Today, I'm just going to use it the dumb way to at least work. Yeah, on console light, that's worked in the last version as well. I'll use the Tacan navigation to get back to this airbase after this mission. But I'll have a more advanced Tacan navigation thing. Those don't work. Tacan video in the future. None of that works. That's okay. There's a radio there. Radio compass, no. Alright. We were back at this panel, nothing works there. Okay. So, we are started up. That doesn't work. You have to have this open in order to rearm. But as an annoyance to a VR user like me, that is left control and C, which you can't use while you've got your headset on, so I've got that bound to the HOTAS. Also bound to the HOTAS is the wiper, which doesn't actually seem to work. But we do have the new rain effects. This is amazing for this mod. This is really cool. Good job, guys, on getting that to work. I am going to taxi out to the runway. Oh, mirrors. Let's see, up here. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, I just gotta talk to the ATC here. Hit F1. If I can find F1, there it is. Okay, so mirrors. Let's see, there's my brightness. Mirrors have to either be bound to the HOTAS, you just can't click them, or it's the M key. That works now. That didn't work before. That's the smoke generator. That is one of the things you have to put in. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. That's not generating smoke. That's one of the things you got to put on one of those extra pylons, like the paratroopers. Let's see here. Okay, so we are going to advance the throttles. As I was trying to say before, the mirrors, it's M key to get that to work, or if you've got the headset, it's just annoying to find the M key. I'm using the wheel brakes left and right to steer. Don't know if the nose wheel steering, because I don't have my rudder pedals set up right now, so I can't verify that. It does steer really well. It handles really well. I'm taxiing kind of fast. Man, I wish that wiper worked. That would be so cool. It is kind of a rainy day at Batumi here, and that'll come into hopefully that target area is a little bit clear so I can find the targets I'm heading for. This is the scenario that I judge ground attack aircraft by. It's a difficult scenario. It's meant for the C-101. I use it for just about every ground attack aircraft that I can get my hands on. And in the past, this mod has worked really well for this scenario. I have not done it in this much rain before. We are at 100 knots. And pulling up, man. Okay, that gun pod, that Mark IV gun pod is heavy. Okay, we're up and off. Let's see, let's bring the gear up. Let's, okay, get some airspeed. Bring the flaps up. Okay. Wiper's not effective because the raindrops are just coming off anyway. Yeah, let's see here. Turn that back off. Can't click the mirrors. You can do in a lot of aircraft. There's the M key. All right. Okay, so we are flying. Of course. I'm just going to follow the river and road into the target area. Let's back the throttles off just a little. Oh yes, of course, got to go under the bridge. I mean, there are good pilots in there with me, so I'm going under the bridge. Alright. Instruments. Over 210 knots. Yeah, we're climbing up and into the clouds This is bad. I can't really navigate in the mountains in these narrow valleys. I'm gonna go back down and use my limited visibility to navigate this. I was just saying how bad this section of the Caucasus map looks, but with all the rain and fog, it actually looks pretty believable. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the places where I trust the OV-10 is limited visibility, close in. You gotta ask yourself, how close do you need your air support? The faster jets or something more cumbersome and heavy would not want in this kind of situation, whereas the OV-10 feels at home down here. Yeah, you know, this is exactly what I expected from this mod. Let's see, we're doing 250 knots, which is absolutely screaming for this airplane. Let's back the throttles down to a more safe level there. Watching the torque gauges. Alright. Absolutely screaming at 250 knots. And it's as painfully slow now that I'm watching this. Yeah, by DCS standards. This is really, really slow. So, is this an area where DCS can grow into? I'm not sure. I'm really grateful that these mods are here and that I can try this out. I think that most people are F-18 types that, let's see here if we can test this gun pod before we get to the target here. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's good, that's working. Alright. Yeah, most DCS players are used to fast jets and big explosions, and let's see, that's the Zuni rockets on the wingtips armed up. Okay. Should be approaching the target area here. What I would like to show with this video, and even though it's so long and me being so chatty, is that this slow of an aircraft could be very accessible, whereas faster jets are more difficult to fly. This is really easy to fly. It's really easy to find targets. I mean, I'm just buzzing the treetops here, and I am not going to miss anything at this altitude. And yeah, this is a very different and very effective way of doing ground attack. And I really like this module. If it were payware, I would pay full price for this. I'm not sure that a lot of other people might. Pow, 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 pow. Okay, that seems to be shooting just a little high, so let's adjust. And got him, yeah. That is an effective gun. I'm gonna have to look this up. I have no idea what caliber it is. It's gotta be something big. It looked to be about 25 millimeter. Could be bigger, I don't know. It is a big, stinking heavy gun for this airplane. Flight model works realistically, in my opinion. I have no idea, to be honest, but I don't have any trouble. I'm not too overpowered. I'm not having trouble climbing out of the valley. I'm not having weird stall things. I mean, I'm getting some shaking. It's a buffeting, both at high speed and low speed. It's pretty believable. It's lined up on those guys, and ooh, we're getting them. Yay! Look at that. That is impressive. climb it out. I was doing this scenario in the F1 Mirage the other day. It took miles to turn around. And look at this, I'm right back on top of these guys. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get a few more gun pod hits there. Yep. Wow. Missed that. But however, I was able to take a second, or shot at a second target. I've never done that before. Usually I have to fixate on one target going in, even with the warbirds, just because the narrow approaches and climb outs required on this particular scenario. The other thing is just the view outside of this. It's fantastic. Absolutely exceptional visibility out of this cockpit. Let's see here. Let's line up another target with the gun pod. Man, it's got a lot of dispersion on the gun pod. You just kind of go everywhere. Look, I can wave at these guys as I go past. It's really hard, you know, to spot individual trucks without being out in the open desert. Being in the trees and in these tight, narrow canyons. Yeah, that's what makes this particular scenario difficult, is managing your approach, managing your exits, or infill, exfil, ingress, egress, whatever you want to call it, and being disciplined through weaponry. There's the Zuni, and wow, just bam, just like that. It's really easy to get these weapons on target. With the really good visibility, it's really easy to spot these things, you know, like the SU-25, which I would describe as having rather forward visibility, but you know, for down the sides and down and up, and it's just all this. Look at this, how I can just kind of hug this hill. Yeah, I like this airplane. I have no problem giving us the time. Let's get another Zuni rocket on this guy right there. Pow. Yeah, just that easy. Okay. Yeah. I think that this is a very different type of gameplay than what a lot of the DCS scenarios end up being. I like this though. This is very satisfying. I haven't even touched the internal guns yet. Last Zuni. Ow. Alright. Just that one guy left. Still got plenty of rounds in the gun pod. I haven't touched the internal guns yet. This has got 4 30 caliber guns with just gobs and gobs of ammo, even by warbird standards. Let's hit this guy and we'll go back to Batumi. There he goes. One? I don't know. Alright. Anyway, so looking at that horizontal situation indicator, I'm showing 99 miles in no particular direction. That's because we're in the canyon and the line of sight to the radio station is blocked. We will climb out of here and we're going to use that beacon that is going to show us the distance and the direction to Batumi Airport. Batumi Airport is 16 X-ray. That's what we tuned into before we took off. And as a colossal new move, that is one way to use Tacan. Like I said, I'll have a more advanced video showing you know, a reciprocal, showing a heading from a particular landmark to find, you know, at a certain distance and a certain heading. There is ways to do that. You can also use it to line up your runway approach. There's a lot of advanced things here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly into that storm, and I'm going to just follow in that, on that particular direction towards the beacon, and just watch the miles count down, and hopefully it will get me back to Batumi Airport. Let's see, man, all this mist is just making the caucasus look really hot today. This is really cool. I mean, not hot as in like warm, but like, yeah, it normally looks a lot worse than this. Yeah, I can't see Batumi from here because of the storm. It's gonna get thick. Make sure I've climbed enough to get over these mountains. Let's see, is it working yet? It is! Okay, look at that. I've got a distance and a heading for Batumi. Let's follow that in. This is like 7, I can't really see it from here. You can see it in the VR cockpit and VR helmet, but on the video editor I can't really see it. And there's the rain. Alright, 7 or so miles. Switch over to IFR rules here. I'm going to watch my artificial horizon. I'm going to trim out to be level. There shouldn't be any more mountains in front of me. Yep. I'm used to being able to see the coastline and being able to navigate in past Batumi Harbor over to the Batumi Airport. It's not the case right now. Yeah, I am dependent on my gauges. Man, this is some thick soup. All right. Let's see here. Miles click down. We're almost there. Oh, there we are. There's Batumi Airport. Okay, we followed it right in. Woo! All right. All right. Let's prepare for landing here. I'm gonna bring the throttles down, the RPMs down. I'm going to bring flaps down and the gear down. That is a crazy landing approach. You wouldn't be able to do that with an F-18. You wouldn't be able to do that with the 2C trainers. It would be crazy to try to just bring it straight in from here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Awesome. Short final into Batumi. I can't think of many warbirds that can pull that off. A little bit of power. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit of power. Let's add some power. Yay, power. Alright, coming around. Man, everything about this plane is just easy because it's a slow plane and not a difficult jet to fly. It is definitely a different pace of life. Definitely requires a different threat scenario. Man, look at this. I took an impossible approach, and here I am. Let's see, 110, 115 knots. Yeah. Alright, let's kind of lock on the power. Approach speed, okay. Descent rate. Oof, okay, well, survived that. And we're down. Check the video description for a link to the download page. Everything is the same except for the number, the version number of the airplane. And yeah, comment, tell me what you think about the mod, and feel free to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And I will see you in a future video, and thank you for watching.